So as I was saying, we have Managing Director of Visionary Music Group Limited, Mr. Kyle Peters, joining us on set to tell his story. Well, tell your story this evening, the Artist Mixer and Expo. Good morning to you, Kyle.
Good morning, Rockers.
How you
Thank you
doing?
for having me. I'm all right, a little sleepy.
Can I tell you, this is really weird for me? Like, to
Why
sit
is
down
it?
and interview you is kind of really weird because Kyle and I are well, I mean, everybody I think who watches the show might know, but Kyle and I used to do a show together before, and Kyle used to play guitar, and I would talk to these musicians, the Calypsonians, as the case may be. And Kyle, your journey has been very interesting since then. I mean, we've both been growing in the industry, and
Correct.
you went on to win Road March and all kind of thing this year. But Kyle has been working with everybody on most of the tracks for the past few carnivals. You've been playing guitar, but you've chosen to go back to school. Tell me a little bit about that decision.
So that all came about during COVID, actually. When that happened, I mean, you know, the entire entertainment industry had shut down. I had some opportunities came my way, but I couldn't pursue it because of that one piece of paper I didn't have.
Really?
Yeah. So I decided, you know, maybe I should I should go through this at least to have a plan B, because I mean we couldn't perform and stuff at that point in time. It was very frustrating. So I, you know, took the leap of faith. And
So tell
started
me
school.
what going back to school entailed for you. What piece of paper you went for?
So I'm currently doing my degree, bachelor's degree in musical arts at UE.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this Artist Expo is linked to that how?
Yes, it is. So I'm in my final year, and I decided to do a festival project instead of a thesis, because I mean we are practical people, right?
We try to be.
So the festival project is a community-based program. Basically, it's to identify a problem or issue and try to find a solution. But it also should have some continuity in it.
So it's a long-term solution. It's not just meant to be a quick fix or a patch.
Correct.
All right. So tell me what the problem is that you identified.
So based on like just being around other creatives, other musicians, especially upcoming ones, even though they would have, let's say, done their degree or whatever, they still don't understand the music business or treat it as such, or they don't know how to value themselves. They don't see themselves as a product. They don't understand what they own from what they don't own. And whatever. So all these things. So even after all this education, you're still not seeing yourself as a business. You're still...
Well, how do you change that? Because Music TT has been trying, the Ministry of Tourism, Culture and the Arts have been trying. I've seen several little workshops of these types. Like people always trying to give you a workshop. Like they have all these entities trying to make this difference. You have the old schools, UCT, UE, doing this. Why it is you think that musicians still don't understand this concept?
You would like to think that these tertiary level educations doing this, institutions, doing this, but I mean, okay, so I'm in my final year and there wasn't any sort of introduction to business or marketing or anything like that. So it was more based on becoming an educator, teaching you to perform, but still not as simple as a contract. You don't know how to write a contract or anything like that after you come out of 3 years of study.
But you don't tell you hire a lawyer to do that for you?
But you don't even get out. You understand? So I saw that as a necessity. Like, you know, you need to understand how to do these things. Even if it's just a basic introduction of seeing yourself as a product, understanding, okay, to register yourself as a business, whatever, intellectual property, how to write a proper bio, what a technical writer is. All these things are important if it is you want to be a professional creative artist.
But do you think the society that we have and the industry that we have set up right now facilitates that?
As you said, I mean, other people have tried it before. I think we have to continue with it. That's the only way, because, I mean, when you think about it, creatives are being taken advantage of a lot. But if it is, I think it's still based on ignorance now. People take advantage of the ignorance. So we still have to push that movement and get people educated.
All right, so tell me what's happening tonight, man. It's not a show.
It's not a
artist
show.
Mixer.
It's an artist mixer.
But
so
when artists come together, what do they do? I just saying, you know.
We're leaving the egos at the door.
Leaving egos at the door.
Outside.
All right, sure. I like this already.
For sure.
Tell me.
Right,
so we leave egos at the door, we come inside. What happened?
So this is the final phase of the project. So I had like workshops and stuff over the past 2 months. I had a cohort of 10 past students of UE, of USC, of UTT, right? So I have been guiding and training them with the support of other people, of course, other professionals. So tonight, they would be basically showing what they would have learned over the past 2 months. So it would be they engaging with professional industry people. There would also be a panel discussion. I have a panelist of 4 persons, Kit Israel,
Advocate Productions.
Advocate Productions, Jeanine Ruiz, she's a musician.
Jeanine.
Nigel Campbell.
Right.
And who's the last person? Nishard M.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's the panel. There would be questions put forward to them. They would have to answer. And basically, the topic is how to successfully live as a creative, and they get to tell their story and so forth. And we get to share how can we set up or put things in place to really live off of music or off of some sort of all the artistries, Yeah.
All right. I think that's a very interesting initiative and a very different way to put it across. And I look forward to it happening this evening at Kafe Blue, Wrightson Road, Port of Spain. And how much does it cost to be a part of it?
It's free. It's absolutely free. We accept donations.
Kyle, I have a question. In terms of you going back to school and being able to see where some of the education holes may be, was it challenging to balance what you already know as a working musician with the theory that they're giving you in school?
I would say the first 2 years were pretty manageable. Stuff that I knew. I mean, there were things that I didn't know, which was, accepting. This final year was a task. But I mean, I went into it open-mindedly, and it wasn't a case of what them could teach me. It wasn't that.
It can't be that. Leave the ego by the door.
Leave it by the door.
Just like we'll be doing this evening as we head to Kafe Blue to tell you a story. It's an Artist Mixer and Expo being put on by Kyle Peters and the Visionary Music Group Limited. Kyle, thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Not a problem, my brother. Let me just remind Trinidad and Tobago that you can go out there and make a difference today now, because together we aspire, and if together we perspire, then together we most definitely can achieve. On behalf of Natasha Lake and all of us here at the TTT Now Morning Show, we wish you a beautiful Thursday. Tobago, we love you so very much. We'll see you guys tomorrow, God's willing. Take care.